What is going on, YouTube? Crypto for Change here. My name is David, and guys, we have some big news happening on Algorand today. We're going to jump into that as well as take a look at the price action of what Algorand has had the past few weeks and where I think we could be going. So you'll want to make sure you watch all the way until the end, and let's jump into it. So we are first, guys, going to start off over here on CoinMarketCap at just the price right now of where Algorand is at. We are seeing, I think at the highest this morning was up 10%, right around 50 cents, maybe 51 was the top that I saw there. But we're seeing a nice run, especially if you look back to where we were just a little bit ago, where, last week when, the Terra Luna collapse and all that stuff happened, guys, Algorand's price was dropping and dropping fast along with the overall market. It wasn't anything Algorand specific, but we saw Algorand hit 35 cents. I think the low actually was right in 34 cents. But it was scary. There was a lot of people questioning, is Algorand going, at new all-time lows? There was a lot of FUD out there, and some of it rightfully so. But since then, we've seen a nice pop back to right around the 50 cents range. And some of that I think is obviously just because, when you have those big capitulation events where the price drops so much, it's normal to kind of see that little bit of a relief bounce, 15-20% before possibly going lower. And guys, I don't want to be the bringer of bad news, but we could still be seeing lower prices than even the 34-33 cent area. If we look just here at all time for the Algorand price chart, I mean, going back to March of 2020 when the COVID crash hit, which, that was a pretty steep drop. We saw Algorand go down to 10 cents. Now, I will say that was before many of the, obviously that's way before any of the DeFi things were even moving on Algorand. And that's also before a lot of the massive partnerships that Algorand has been inking just throughout 2021 and 2022. So there is more reasons to be bullish for Algorand long term. But I'm just going to be here to say, guys, that does not mean that even though these partnerships are being formed now, that it's going to stop the price action from falling if the entire macro conditions of the market and just Bitcoin and the crypto ecosystem as a whole continue to bleed. So just be sure, just take profit when you can, be careful as far as, using leverage or things like that on certain protocols that are out there. You don't want to get caught, with your hand in the cookie jar, borrowing too much and not being able to pay it back if we were to dip, lower very fast. Because we saw, guys, we were up in the 60-70 cent range and it was just a week and we were all the way down to 30 cents. So that is your warning for crypto. Big drops can happen very fast, and so you always have to be ready. But nonetheless, guys, like I said, with the the recent pop, up 10% today, some of that I think could be just because of the more of the news that is dropping out there in the Algorand ecosystem, and we're going to jump into some of that, with the first one being Limewire. So obviously, if you guys have been following along with Algorand, you know that Limewire chose to build their new NFT marketplace on Algorand. This is going to be an NFT, with music, backstage, it says in this article. It's going to, there's going to be all kinds of things that they can leverage with artists to bring more content and more things to their fans. So it goes on to say they're proud to announce that they've inked a deal with Universal Music Group for content licensing on a global scale, opening up the Limewire collectibles marketplace to all artists under the UMG umbrella. Now, Limewire is not live yet, guys, so this is still, like I said, looking forward to what Limewire will be able to bring. I'm a part of their, early access group. I'm hoping I can, get in on some early things maybe as they do drop. But just know this is something looking forward to that Limewire is going to be bringing. So this is why I say, even though this news is huge, doesn't mean that the price still can't drop. So it goes on to say, after they recently closed their private token sale, they can now share another milestone with their partnership with UMG, the world leader in music-based entertainment. It says this is key to their mission to bring digital collectibles to everyone. World-renowned UMG artists, as well as many iconic record labels, goes on to say a bunch of them, will be able to leverage the Limewire marketplace as an additional platform to explore unique ways of engaging with fans through digital music collectibles, Web3, as well as generate new sources of income for artists in the post-pandemic world. It goes on down here to say that using LimeWire, artists signed to UMG can now offer audio recordings, audio visual content, backstage footage, as well as artwork as NFTs on the LimeWire marketplace and sell them directly to fans and collectors. Musicians can release bonus tracks, exclusive material, sell uncut demos, and much more. There's no shortage of opportunities in the NFT space, and fans of various music genres are waiting for their favorite artists to start releasing special content. It's kind of crazy, guys, how many partnerships Algorand has been inking with in the music industry alone. I mean, obviously you have Opulous, who started out on building on Algorand, and they have a niche that they're trying to fill with the music back royalties. And then you have the, LimeWire coming on and building an NFT marketplace. Napster has also been bought through HiveMind, which is another, music platform. So there is maybe Algorand won't just be the future of finance. Maybe it's going to be the future of music and just music royalties and NFTs for the world. So reasons why I'm super bullish on this, guys, is because of the artists and writers that are a part of UMG. So like I said, this is not a small deal. This opens a lot of big artists to using Algorand's blockchain. I mean, just looking right here, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar, he just released his newest album, which a lot of people are really liking. Drake, Billie Eilish. I even saw some, outside of just the rap, you have Adele, Post Malone, Elton John from the country side of things. Chris Stapleton was one of the ones that was on here. So there are a lot of big artists. And why is this good news, guys? Because once LimeWire and Napster and stuff gets the ball rolling and they really start rolling out these NFTs, songs, and all these things that fans can be a part of, it's kind of like what we've kind of said on the channel all along, that people may be using Algorand and not even really know they're using it. So they may be downloading wallets to get access to these NFTs and buying them on an Algorand based marketplace and not even really knowing they're using it, but they will be, because so many of these artists have such massive followings that this is going to help grow the network effect for Algorand and just for the entire ecosystem. So super excited about this partnership and excited to see where it goes down the road. Another bit of news that came out today was that jump-backed Wormhole bridge expands to Algorand's blockchain. Now, this is something that was hinted that it was going to be coming. It's now here, and it just goes on to say the Algorand partnership marks Wormhole's 10th integration with a layer 1 blockchain as developers focus on interoperability solutions. Popular layer 1 or base layer blockchains such as Ethereum, Avalanche, and Solana cannot easily communicate with each other, meaning assets held on one blockchain are difficult to transfer onto an account for another. When tokens are bridged through Wormhole's portal bridge, the original token is locked in a smart contract, while a new portal wrapped version of that token gets minted on the target chain. Then the wrapped tokens can be traded for tokens native to the target chain and used for DeFi. So here's one thing I'll say about this, guys. This is great news. I do love the Wormhole integration as far as helping Algorand's TVL get boosted, because this will help people bridge their assets from Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, all these other bigger L1s that have more TVL. They'll be able to move it now over to Algorand, play in the DeFi, trade ASAs, things like that more easily than they were before. But there is a caution that I would say, and we'll get into that in a second. This is just some quotes here. Wormhole has quickly become one of the largest DeFi networks in the world. Reason why this is good and bullish for Algorand. The network plays a key role in enabling liquidity to flow into new ecosystems, which has a profound impact on the growth and expansion of decentralized protocols, projects, liquidity, governance, and participation. Here is my, hiatus, or my fear, though. However, bridges have been historically prone to hacks, with critics saying they do not offer nearly as much security as the standalone blockchains they connect. Wormhole's Solana Ethereum bridge, so this is one that was already in place, was hacked for over $320 million in February, leading to Wormhole backer and crypto market maker Jump Crypto to backstop the 9-figure exploit. So, and this goes back to even, Silvio Macaulay when he was on stage down in the crypto Bahamas. I tweeted out his kind of funny, saying that he made during that conference, which was, with these shaky bridges, you kiss your asset goodbye and you hope that it returns to you. And that's kind of what, this is, even though it is good and it does unlock liquidity for, that TVL to be able to move. There is a lot of risk, though, that comes with using these shaky bridges, as Silvio would put it. So I am more bullish about state proofs and the ability to transact in a much more secure way with interoperability between chains, and that is what Algorand is working towards this year. But nonetheless, guys, this will help start to unlock TVL as more people bridge those assets over to Algorand and start, using DeFi here, just like we have with AlgoMint and the ability to bridge your Ethereum and your Bitcoin and get Go Bitcoin and Go ETH, and then you could play around in DeFi with things like AlgoFi or Folks Finance. This is going to be another thing that does allow more assets to become onto the Algorand main chain and traded, and things like that. So there are good things that come out of this, guys, but I do just want to let you know if that's something that you're looking into using one day. There, bridges have been hacked, and that is a centralized point of risk that comes with it. Guys, that is all the news I have for today. Obviously, I will be bringing more news as I see it, and make sure you guys are joining in on Thursdays and Mondays as me, JT, and C will go live. We talk all things Algorand. You can jump in the chat, talk with us, ask us questions. We try to get to as many of them as we can during the show, but it is a whole lot of fun, and you do not want to miss out on that. But until next time, guys, let's get out there and make some money.